The story I'm about to tell you is not science fiction. It's not a movie plot. It's happening right now. The United States military is quietly building artificial intelligence systems powerful enough to change the nature of war forever. Some of these systems are so secret that even elected officials in Washington don't know the full truth. But here's the reality. The Pentagon is not alone. China, Russia, and other world powers are racing to create their own AI weapons. And if history tells us anything, it's that arms races never end well. Think about it. The Pentagon has always been decades ahead when it comes to technology. The Internet itself began as a military project. GPS, which guides every smartphone in the world, was designed for the U.S. military. Drones, stealth aircraft, and cyber weapons, all of these started in secret labs hidden from public eyes. Long before the world knew what they were. Now, artificial intelligence is their next great frontier. But AI is unlike anything humanity has ever faced. Whoever controls the fastest and smartest algorithms could end up controlling the future of war, and maybe even the future of civilization, inside the Pentagon. One project has already become infamous: Project Maven. Officially, Maven was about efficiency. Its purpose was to help drones analyze video footage and automatically identify possible threats. Before AI, human operators would spend hours reviewing drone footage, trying to spot a suspicious vehicle or a hidden ambush. But with Maven, algorithms could scan thousands of hours of footage instantly, marking potential targets for elimination. On paper, it sounds efficient. In reality, it means life or death decisions are starting to shift away from humans and toward machines. Now imagine the consequences. What happens when an algorithm makes a mistake? What happens if a shadow, a reflection, or even a child carrying an object is misclassified as a combatant? Once the AI marks a target, how long before a missile follows? The Pentagon insists humans will always double-check, but we already know how wars work. In the chaos of combat, speed matters more than caution, and AI doesn't hesitate. And Maven is just one project we know about. Behind closed doors, the Pentagon is experimenting with something far more advanced: AI-powered drone swarms. These are not the drones you see in the news or the small quadcopters people use for filming. We're talking about hundreds of autonomous machines flying together like a flock of birds, but programmed for war. They can share information with each other, adapt in real time, and overwhelm defenses that no human army could resist. There is no pilot to jam, no single system to disable. The swarm thinks as one and strikes as one. Two military strategists. This sounds like a dream weapon, but to humanity, it's a nightmare. Because once a swarm is launched, there may be no way to stop it. These machines can reroute, self-organize, and keep attacking until their mission is complete. A human army facing such a weapon would stand little chance. But the Pentagon's ambitions go beyond drones. They're working on something they call algorithmic warfare. Instead of simply using AI to guide weapons, they want AI to guide strategy itself. Imagine an artificial general that processes every satellite image, every intercepted message, every troop movement, then predicts the enemy's next move before it even happens. Wars decided not over months or years, but in milliseconds, faster than any human could even comprehend. The winner of future wars may not be the nation with the biggest army, but the one with the fastest algorithm. Here's a chilling example. In 2021, the Pentagon ran an experiment known as the AI Dogfight Challenge. They pitted an AI-controlled fighter jet against one of the Air Force's most experienced human pilots in a virtual simulation. The result shocked everyone. The AI didn't just win, it crushed the human every single time. The machine anticipated every move, reacted instantly, and proved beyond doubt that, in certain domains, humans are already outmatched. That was just a simulation. Imagine what happens when that AI is put into a real jet, armed with real weapons, facing real enemies. And the scope of this goes beyond battlefields. The Pentagon is also building AI systems for global surveillance. Algorithms are being trained to process satellite feeds, drone footage, intercepted communications, even biometric data in order to track individuals across the world. Officials say this is about safety, about stopping threats before they materialize. But think carefully about the implications. What's the difference between stopping terrorists and monitoring citizens? What's the difference between defending a country and controlling its people? Once this technology exists, how long before it's turned inward, used not just for war, but for control? The Pentagon insists there will always be a human in the loop. In theory, this means AI can recommend actions, but humans must give final approval before lethal force is used. It sounds reassuring, but let's be honest. In the middle of a war, when milliseconds can mean victory or defeat, how long before commanders decide the human is too slow? How long before the human is removed from the loop entirely? The pressure will be irresistible. And once that happens, machines, not people, will decide who lives and who dies. This is why experts warn about killer robots. The United Nations has debated banning fully autonomous weapons, but progress is painfully slow. Meanwhile, the Pentagon is racing ahead because it knows China and Russia are doing the same. This is the deadly logic of an arms race. If you hesitate, you fall behind. If you fall behind, you lose. It's the same logic that built nuclear weapons, but this time it's faster, cheaper, and far harder to control. Nuclear bombs require uranium enrichment facilities, massive infrastructure. AI weapons only need code, data, and computing power, and that can be built in secret labs anywhere in the world. The Pentagon claims its AI projects are about keeping America safe. But what happens when these systems are hacked? What happens if rival nations steal the code? What happens when terrorist groups or even rogue individuals get their hands on autonomous weapons? History makes one thing clear. Every powerful weapon eventually spreads. Nuclear bombs, drones, cyber weapons, they all escaped the control of their inventors. AI will be no different, and the most terrifying part, we may not even notice when it happens. The next world war might not involve soldiers storming beaches or tanks rolling across borders. It might not even look like a war at all. It could be an invisible conflict fought by algorithms predicting and countering each other faster than humans can see. Drones attacking in swarms, AI systems launching cyber strikes, entire nations paralyzed without a single shot fired. By the time humans realize what's happening, it could already be over. Politicians talk about AI as if it's just about chatbots, smart assistants, or business tools. But in reality, the most powerful AI systems are being weaponized, in secret. Behind closed doors, algorithms are being trained to fight wars, control populations, and decide the fate of nations. The Pentagon's secret AI projects could reshape global power forever. The question is not if AI will change war. That part is inevitable. The real question is whether humanity can survive the age of algorithmic warfare.